Welcome to InvestorWeb, where we dive deep into the essentials of smart investing and efficient living. Today, we're sharpening our focus on how best to manage our most precious resource, time. Ever find yourself bogged down by tasks that don't quite align with your goals? We're here to help sift through the clutter. In this session, we'll explore the 10 things not worth your time, ensuring you're dedicating effort only where it truly counts. Prepare to streamline your life as we uncover these common time wasters. First on our list, striving for perfection in minor tasks. In the world of investing and business, time is a precious commodity, yet many fall into the trap of obsessing over minor details that have little impact on the bigger picture. The pursuit of perfection in tasks that don't drive significant results can be a substantial drain on both time and energy. Consider the 80-20 rule, or the Pareto Principle, which suggests that 80% of results often come from just 20% of the efforts. This principle encourages us to focus our energies on the areas that yield the most substantial outcomes, rather than spreading ourselves too thin over less consequential details. For example, spending hours perfecting the formatting of a report that only a handful of people will read might not be the best use of time. Instead, directing that effort into strategic planning or market research could prove far more beneficial. So, when you find yourself polishing the minute aspects of a project, ask yourself, is this truly necessary? Remember, good enough is often enough. Next up, endless meetings are the dreaded time sink of the corporate world. Picture this. You're trapped in a conference room, the clock ticks endlessly, and the meeting drags on with no end in sight. Sound familiar? It's a common scenario that chews through valuable time, sapping energy and stifling productivity. But why do meetings often become such black holes? Typically, it's due to a lack of clear objectives or an agenda that's as vague as a cloudy day in London. Without a firm plan, discussions spiral out of control and time slips away. Here's a more effective approach. First, always set a clear agenda before the meeting and distribute it in advance. This helps participants prepare and keeps the meeting focused. Second, assign a timekeeper to ensure the meeting starts and ends on time. Lastly, encourage participants to keep their contributions brief and relevant. By implementing these simple strategies, meetings can transform from time wasters into valuable sessions of collaboration and decision-making. Keep meetings concise and to the point. At number 3, multitasking. The modern work environment champions the multitasker, juggling emails, phone calls, and multiple projects simultaneously. But let's debunk a common myth. Multitasking is the pinnacle of productivity. In reality, when we split our attention, we're more likely to make mistakes and less likely to finish tasks efficiently. Research suggests that our brains aren't wired to handle multiple tasks at the same high level of quality as when focused on one task at a time. It turns out what often feels like multitasking is actually task switching. Each switch may cost us only a fraction of a second, but it adds up, increasing the overall time it takes to complete the task by as much as 40%. Furthermore, this constant shifting can lead to increased stress and burnout, not the hallmark of savvy investing or effective management. So, if you're looking to boost your productivity and reduce errors, consider this. Focus on one task at a time. Single tasking is the new multitasking. Number 4, responding to every notification. In the digital age, the incessant buzzing from our devices can feel like a never-ending demand for our attention. Each ping from an email, each buzz from a social media update, and every chirp from a messaging app disrupts our focus and fragments our concentration. It's akin to a modern-day siren's call, luring us away from tasks that require depth and dedication. Imagine this: you're deeply engrossed in analyzing a complex financial forecast. Suddenly, your phone lights up with a notification. It's just a friend sharing a meme. Harmless, right? But now your train of thought has left the station, and it might take significant time to call it back. To combat this, consider setting specific times to check your notifications, maybe once every hour or only during breaks. By batching these interruptions, you reclaim the reins of your focus and productivity. Control your notifications, don't let them control you. Roll. Halfway there with procrastination. Procrastination, often seen as the thief of time, not only diminishes productivity but also significantly elevates stress levels. Imagine the scenario: a project deadline looms on the horizon, yet here we are, scrolling through emails or tidying up a desk drawer. The task remains untouched and the stress multiplies. Why do we procrastinate? At its core, it's often a misguided attempt at managing stress about starting or completing tasks. Ironically, this leads to more stress and less productivity as the backlog grows. To combat this, one effective strategy is the Pomodoro technique. It's simple. Work intensely for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break. This method helps in maintaining focus and building momentum with frequent, rewarding breaks to clear the mind. Another practical approach is breaking larger tasks into smaller, manageable pieces. This makes the task less daunting and more approachable. Start small to end big tasks. Next, over-analyzing decisions. In the realm of investing and beyond, the temptation to pore over every detail of a decision can be overwhelming. It's natural to strive for the best outcome by examining every possible angle, but there's a fine line between being thorough and falling into the trap of analysis paralysis. This condition occurs when the fear of making an incorrect decision leads to a cycle of overthinking, preventing any decision at all. To navigate away from this trap, it's crucial to distinguish between gathering sufficient information and attempting to predict every outcome. Effective decision-makers often use a principle known as satisficing, which involves choosing an option that meets a set of adequate criteria rather than searching endlessly for the perfect one. This approach saves time and reduces stress. Implementing time limits on decision-making can also prevent over-analysis. By allowing yourself only a set amount of time to make a decision, you compel yourself to act based on the best information available at that moment. Sometimes the best decision is the quick decision. At number 7, trying to please everyone. The age-old trap of universal approval. It sounds noble, doesn't it? But let's be clear, attempting to please everyone is not only a Herculean task, it's downright impossible. Every individual has their own unique set of expectations and preferences. When you try to meet all of them, you inevitably spread yourself too thin, diluting your efforts and often your own happiness. Imagine you're at a crossroads, each path representing a different group's interests. If you try to walk down every path simultaneously, you won't get very far on any of them. It's about understanding that your time and energy are limited resources. They should be invested in actions and relationships that align with your values and drive meaningful outcomes. So instead of casting a wide net for shallow approval, focus on depth. Cultivate relationships and undertake tasks that resonate with your core principles. After all, it's far more rewarding and effective to focus on pleasing the right people. Moving on to comparing yourself to others. It's often tempting to glance sideways and see how we stack up against peers, colleagues, or even rivals. However, this habit can be more harmful than helpful. Constant comparison can skew our perception of our own achievements and sow seeds of discontent. It might inflate feelings of inadequacy when we see others achieving milestones at a different pace or scale. Instead, consider the power of focusing on your own journey. Personal growth flourishes in an environment where you set your own benchmarks and celebrate your unique progress. By centering your goals and achievements, you foster a sense of fulfillment that isn't dependent on external validation. Think about how liberating it feels to break free from the endless cycle of compare and despair. When you measure success on your terms, you tailor your ambitions to your personal values and capabilities, enhancing both satisfaction and effectiveness in your endeavors. Measure yourself by your yardstick. Number 9, chasing every opportunity. In the vast expanse of life's endeavors, whether in business or personal spheres, the allure of endless opportunities can seem like a siren call. Yet it is crucial to recognize that not every opportunity that glitters holds gold. Strategic focus is not just a buzzword, it's a fundamental principle that successful individuals and businesses adhere to diligently. Imagine a ship setting sail without a compass, driven by the whims of every breeze. It's unlikely to reach a desired destination effectively. Similarly, when we scatter our energies and resources across too many ventures, especially those that don't align with our core skills and goals, we dilute our effectiveness and stray from our paths to success. By concentrating on opportunities that resonate deeply with our personal or organizational mission, we enhance not just the quality of outcomes, but also our satisfaction and impact. This selective approach ensures that our investments, be it time, energy, or resources, are spent wisely and fruitfully. Not all opportunities are worth your time. Finally, holding grudges. It's an all too common scenario where past conflicts or misunderstandings take up residence in our minds, becoming unwelcome tenants that drain our emotional energy and time. The cost of clinging to these grievances is high, not just in personal relationships, but also in the professional realm where collaboration and forward thinking are key. Holding on to resentment is akin to letting someone live rent-free in your head, and the space they occupy is space that could be used for innovative thinking or problem solving. It's essential, therefore, to learn the art of letting go. One effective technique is to actively practice forgiveness, not necessarily because the other person deserves it, but because you deserve peace. Engage in open communication, seek to understand the other perspective, and if necessary, agree to disagree respectfully. Another strategy is to redirect your focus towards growth and future opportunities rather than dwelling on the past. This shift in focus not only liberates mental space, but also empowers you to take constructive steps forward in your personal and professional life. Free your mind, and the rest will follow. That concludes our list of 10 things not worth your time. From avoiding the trap of perfection in minor tasks to not chasing every opportunity that comes your way, it's crucial to focus on what truly enhances your life and career. Remember, effective time management is less about doing everything and more about doing the right things. Apply these insights and watch as your productivity and satisfaction soar. Don't forget to subscribe to Investor Web for more insightful content. Keep investing wisely and living efficiently.